Hi, this is the 1000 Scenes Project. I'm Morgan, and improviser number 443 of 1000 is Scott Benjamin. Hey, Scott.
Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for doing it. Our randomly generated suggestion is dustbin. Dustbin.
You know, I'm sorry. I owe you an apology. I know Thursday is recycling day, and should have taken it out. And
Uh-huh. Do you want our children to have an Earth that they can survive on?
well, of course I do. I mean, that's why we've
Do you though, Charles? Do you?
look. I think you're making a big leap because I think there's a lot of steps between forgetting to take out the recycling on one Thursday
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the Earth.
Yeah.
A lot of
Charles, remind me. You're not the head of ExxonMobil, are you?
well,
That'd be the big surprise to me. Are you the head of a major fossil fuel company or something like that? No, right?
you know, you
Yeah.
know that I work for an environmental law firm. I mean,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot-
So, but you're not the head of some sort of big polluter or something where you could take some huge step that would just solve a lot of problems, right? And yes, you work for an environmental law firm, but honestly, honey, it's two steps forward, one step back. You know that. I mean, the EPA has been gutted. Nobody wants to stick up for regulations. This is something we have control over for the children.
Harry, we've talked about this ever since we adopted the kids, that we were going to bring them up in a better world than the one we had.
That's the goal, yeah. But then, I come out and I see the recycling just sitting here, not having been recycled, and I think, do we even love each other anymore? I mean, that's where my head goes.
I think, again, between not taking out the recycling, which, by the way, I freely acknowledge, between that and,
Well, thank you for freely acknowledging the thing you did wrong.
well, I mean, it was there in the driveway, so even if I hadn't acknowledged it, you would have seen it. I know.
Right, but you would have tried to cover it up like a
Well, no, that's
polluter,
what I'm saying.
basically. Is that?
I didn't cover it up. I left it there.
Who knows how to? Nobody knows how to cap this oil well. That's not something we researched ahead of time. Oh, is it spilling out millions of gallons of crude oil into the Gulf? Oh, I guess we should have. Oh well. There's nothing we can do now. We're gonna get some nets out there. We're gonna net it up. Really disgusting, Charles. Really disgusting.
Look, I'm sorry. And the good thing about recycling, the good thing about it,
Oh, what is the good thing about recycling, Charles?
is
Yeah.
that in 2 weeks they come again, and I could put it out with that load.
Mm-hmm.
And
You know what the other good thing about recycling is, Charles? Not having our adopted children grow up in some kind of Mad Max post-apocalypse world. That's another good thing about recycling.
right, and I agree. We don't want that.
No, I agree. I'm glad you agree that we don't want them to grow up in a Mad Max post-apocalypse world,
But again,
Charles.
someplace in between having 2 bags of recycling next week and Mad Max, I feel like there are a lot of smaller steps that you're skipping over.
Get on the bus, Charles. You're either with us or you're against us, is how I feel. I mean, I shouldn't be telling you this. I mean,
No, I mean it's.
you're an environmental lawyer, for God's sakes,
I don't want to go tit for tat on this, and I don't want to. But I mean, look who's using the bus metaphor. Buses burn huge amounts of fossil fuel. Huge. They're. I mean, I was behind a bus when I was driving to work the other day.
Mhm.
That smoke was coming out the back, and I was thinking, thank God we have a Prius. Thank God.
God, what have I become?
I-
I am truly sorry for using that bus metaphor. I don't. Language is so important, so critical. I mean, it's the way that we perceive the universe, and we explain it to others, and those little viral memes that we don't even realize, the way we're framing things with our language.
honey, you know what? I mean, I don't even want to make this.
Honey, see, even that, honey. that we take it for granted the bees provide us honey, but what's happening to the bees? Why is nobody researching what's happening to the bees? And if they're researching it, they're not coming up with concrete ideas about it. They just have a bunch of theories. What is happening to the bees, Charles?
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah, as if there's no gray areas. The right has to be anti-environment. The left has to be pro. It's an issue for all of us. I can't do this anymore, Charles. Blackout. Thank you very much, Scott. Very fun.
Having me.
Is there anything I can plug for you in the description of the video?
You can. This would be great. I play on a 10,000 Hours team called RAW, R-A-W, and we play almost every Sunday night at the Pit at 6 o'clock. And I also play on 2 indie teams that play around the city, so you just kind of have to look for us. One is called Hand-Me-Downs, and one is called Three-Piece Bikini.
Excellent. I'll put links to all of that in the video description. Thanks again for doing this, and have a great day.
Thank you very much. You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.